Alright, hey guys, welcome back to another solo Sunday. Today we're going to be playing a solo playthrough of Tesseract. This is a game I've had for a little bit, but I haven't played it very much after I did the Kickstarter for it. So I'm just looking through my games, not my books, my games to see some things that could be played, and so this is a nice cooperative game that thought would be fun to do a playthrough of. I haven't completely finished setup here. Let's put these over here. So the way solo works is you have two characters, and we're just going to go back and forth between them. So kind of the whole thing of the game is to take the dice off the Tesseract cube here, and we need to put them in the containment board, and we need one of every color and every number. We win the game if we get them all, and we lose the game if this breach goes to the end, or if the Tesseract has no more dice left on it, and we haven't completed everything. And we're basically going to do that by doing a bunch of actions to manipulate dice, to take them off the Tesseract, while stuff starts coming off of there and doing bad stuff to us. So kind of your, kind of like like pandemic style, kind of like you've got bad things happen to you and you work together to overcome it. So there are 6 kind of basic actions that we're going to do. So we can remove a cube from the Tesseract. We can adjust a cube in our lab or in the primed area, which I'll get into a bit. We can contain a cube, which is taking one of the cubes in our lab and placing it on the containment board. And you can only do that if you have a set or a run, and they either have to be all the same color or all different colors. We can transfer, so send a cube over or take a cube from someone else. Study, which is discard a research card to draw one the next higher level, and then you can do your unique action, which is on our character cards. And we can do 3 of these actions and any number of these actions once. 3 of the actions once per round, or three actions per round. And then on the threat phase, we're going to prime a cube, and then if there's a breach, we're going to up the breach, and then if there's events, we're going to do that. So the maintenance of the cube is really, really easy. So we start the game. I'm going to use this little marker here to denote which person we're on. We're going to be using the linguist. She's got morphology as her ongoing ability. Once per turn, you can relocate 1 cube on the Tesseract, which is really great. And then as an action, you can set a cube on any lab to any value, which is awesome. So that should be really good. And then the other one is the exogeologist. When you contain and re-roll the same value, when you contain and re-roll cubes of the same value, draw a research card of the next higher rank. And then as an action, you can return a cube from your lab to take 2 cubes from the Tesseract. So you're kind of net differencing a cube. We each start with a level 2 research card. We get them by when we do our runs in sets. When we contain stuff, we can roll our dice and take whatever level that is. So to start the game, we're going to take one of the 4 corner cubes, give each of them one of them, and then the other 2 will be primed. To prime a cube, you take a cube from the lowest position on the Tesseract. It's 4x4x4. Roll it, and then it'll end up in one of these spaces. And if at any point a card effect or the threat phase puts one of those, or just at any point in the threat phase, I guess, if there are 3 or more cubes in a primed area, we're going to move the breach up once. You guys will see it's super straightforward. So we have basically the corners are all the same except for this 2. So let's grab this 2 here. I'll give this 2 to the exogeologist, and then we'll take one of these and give this to the linguist, and then the last 2 are going to be primed. I'm going to be careful here not to knock this over, and we're going to roll those. And so we've got a 1 and a 4. Okay, so we're going to start with the exogeologist. We have a card that lets us adjust 1 prime cube. Now adjusting it increases or decreases the value. You can decrease the value down, and if you decrease a 1, it gets taken out, which is good. So we may just do that to do that. There's a 4 there, and these don't cost anything. So let's go ahead and do it. We'll decrease and knock that out and just get that out of the game. And then the linguist card is swap labs with another researcher or choose another researcher to draw level 3 research card. Yeah, swap labs. So I guess you'd swap these. Okay. So when we contain cubes of the same cubes of the same value. So as my first action, we can take this 2. You can tell by the pips, but we can take that 2 there. And then as a second action, we can take this orange. And then as our third action, let's contain 1. There's a lot of blues up top, so we'll go ahead and do the blue. So we're going to contain the blue. It's going to go on the board here. When we have 2 of one of these in a column, we get to flip over the special research card associated with that. And when we get all 4 of them, we get to take that card, and any player can use it. If we get all 6 of a color, we take 1 cube that is out of play and put it back on the Tesseract. So now that we did that, we can roll these 2. And then when we roll them, so we get to get a research card. And again, the ability of the exogeologist is to take, instead of a 2 research, it's a 3 research, that's cool. Set a cube in your lab to any value. All right. So we're done with the exogeologist. I'm going to move my little token over here. Remember that we're on the linguist. And now we're going to do the threat phase. We're going to take the lowest available cube. And for a cube to be for you to be able to take a cube, it has to have at least three showing faces. So we are going to look here, and there are 1, 2, 3, 4. So when there's a tie, you take the one with the lowest value, which is this 1, and we're going to prime it. Just to roll it, it puts a 5 there. The other thing too is when you contain a cube, if you contain a cube, if there's a matching prime cube of the same value and color, you can destroy it. So we kind of want to time those up to do that as well. So once per turn we can relocate, which will be nice because we can kind of stave off, because once these go away, there are events on the bottom, so just like this. So when those events start showing up, it's going to be bad for us. So we can relocate some stuff to kind of stop stuff from getting destroyed. So that's an ongoing thing. Once per turn, you may relocate a cube on the Tesseract. So we can also use this as an opportunity to move stuff out of the way. What do we have here? So we have a purple 5 and a orange 3. So I think what I want to do is relocate this one. And that's just like an ongoing thing. It doesn't count as an action. As my first action, let's take this. As our second action, let's do I want to get rid of one of these, but I don't know the best way to do it. Let's take this, and then as our third action, we can just change this to a 4. Okay, so we're done with that. We're going to do this. We're going to prime a thing here, so I'll prime this one, and it's going to be a 2. All right, so action number 1, we kind of want to do stuff with the same values. So we could take this 5 and then use this to set that 3 to a 5, and then, so I think we'll do that. So we'll use our first action for this blue 5. We use our second action, we use perfect matter to set a cube in your lab to any value. So we're going to set this here. Our second action is going to be to contain. Oh, I don't have a purple though. Okay, we'll do this. We're going to use our second action to turn this into a 5. And then we'll use our third action to contain. We'll contain this. This gets destroyed, and we'll roll those. And then because we rolled for the cubes of the same value, we get to get a level 3. Which that lets us just take another action, which is nice. Okay. Alright, we'll prime this cube. It's a 4. Alright, so I'm going to use our ability. We'll move something down. And we can actually do this one because we have a run. So let's move this 6 down here. We use our first action to take this 3. And we can do this, we're going to contain as our second action. And because we're going to use all 4, so we're going to take a level 3 card. And we're going to do the orange 4 there to gain this, which is mass removal. Take 1 cube from the Tesseract and place it into your area or your lab. You may adjust it. That's interesting because we may be able to contain something else. One more action left. So we could... This is going to end up going away, which is okay. But we have 2 1s, which is kind of nice. But I also like this. So yeah, we'll use our last action to take this 5. Or yeah, that yellow 5. Okay. We are going to prime this one. It's the lowest one, right? Yeah. All right. Still no breaches yet. Okay. What can we get rid of here? So this will, as an ability, we can return a cube from the Tesseract, take 2 cubes. So let's do that, and we're going to return this 6. We're going to return it there to take 2 cubes. We're going to take this orange. No, I don't want that. This blue 4 and the orange. This we're going to need to move this to get rid of it to a. We're going to move it down to a 3. Let's take this blue 5. Then, as our second action, we're going to put this back to take 2 things. I'm going to take both of those. We're going to do push the limit to get another action. So I'm just going to move that up 1. Same value. I might trade. Or transfer. We use this action to take this 5. And I'll use my last action actually to get a research. Wait a minute. Discard a research card and then draw another one a level higher, so we can't do that. Can we transfer something? Maybe we transfer the... Yeah, we'll transfer this over to here as our last action. Alright, so we're going to prime this. Okay, we got to get rid of those. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we are going to do these 3. We're going to contain the purple 5 here. Oops, that landed like that. So we're going to take that and that. So we're going to get this. That gets destroyed. Set 1 primed cube to any value. Let's move something. So let's take this. We're going to relocate this cube to here. We're going to spend our second action to take this. Let's use reassemble. Set 1 prime cube to any value. And we're going to set this to a 1. And then do these. We're going to place this one out. And I didn't do this yet, but this flips. So Breach Shield is a potential card for us to get in a little bit, which we will talk about when we get it. But we're going to do that one. This gets destroyed, and we're going to roll those 2 and get my card. Okay, I think that's it. So let's prime the... We have to prime this 2 here. Lazy Susan's like rolling. Okay, there we go. Okay, it's a 3. Is there like another 4 I could get? Let's turn this blue. We'll do our action to turn this to here. We'll put that there and take this and this, if I can get it. We use an action to move this blue 3 into a blue 4, and we use our last action to contain this. That gets destroyed. Those are re-rolled. 2 6s, okay. And then we're going to take this card. Rapid containment. When you contain a cube, you may contain a second cube from that set or run as well. Oh, I like that. That's actually pretty good. And we're going to flip this over. Isolation field. Take 2 prime cubes and place them into your lab. Ooh, that'll be good to get eventually. Okay. Back over to Linguist. We're going to take this. Okay, we got to deal with the yellows here. So let's relocate something. I think I want to relocate this here. You'll see why in a moment. Then we're going to, as our first action, take this 5. Uh-oh. As our second action, we're going to do these. Oh, but it's too high of a value. Hold on, let me think about that for a minute. Take 1 cube from the Tesseract and place it into your lab. You may adjust it. Let's actually do that. We'll do mass removal, and we'll take this, and I'm not going to adjust it. We're going to take this, and then we're going to do this. We're going to, as our second action, we're going to do this run of 3, 4, 5, and 6 to do the 3. That gets destroyed. These get re-rolled. Oh, nice. So these come in, and then we can take a level 3 card. Adjust 2 primed cubes. So we have a 2, 3, we have a 1, 2, 3, 4. We have either a 2, 3, 4 or a 1, 2, 3. The problem is that we don't have, these aren't available for us to get rid of. So we could invert 1 prime cube and invert 1 cube in your lab. So I could turn that into a 4. So let's do that. We'll do energy inversion. We can invert this, so this gets inverted, which flips over to a 4. And then we're going to invert, I need to keep 2, 3, and 4, so we're going to invert this to a 6. And then we're going to use our last action to do 2, 3, 4 to put this one out. That gets destroyed, and we're going to re-roll. We're going to get a level 2 card. Nice. One more red or purple, or one more 4, and we've got isolation field. So that's really good. Okay. So now we're going to hop over to the exogeologist turn, and we're going to do the prime this here. It's a 1. Okay. Still have not, we've been able to manage not having to deal with the, any events yet. So we're doing really well here. These actually combo very, very well. So rapid containment, when you contain a cube from your, you may contain a second cube from that set or run as well. And since we're kind of focusing on numbers, like the similar numbers, we may want to do that. We can contain, like we can contain 2 6s right now. When you contain a cube, you may contain a second cube from that set or run as well. So we can spend our first action to convert this into a 6, and then we're going to do this one, and we're going to do, and we're just going to not be able to, but we're going to do we're going to do that, and we're going to do this by doing that. I'm not going to re-roll that because there's no point. I guess I still could get it. I don't know if I can or not, so I'm not going to, because you have to re-roll. It says re-roll the remaining dice of the set to draw a research card matching the number of dice you rolled. So I'm only going to be rolling 1 die. That gets flipped over, by the way. So I'm not going to worry about that. But that was my first, that was my first action. It was my second action because I think I turned it. Yeah, that was my second action. Or actually, do I want to do this? Let me swap this out. We're going to do that one instead. Let's do our last thing, which going to be, we're going to put a die back and take 2. We're going to take these 2. We're going to take this one, and then this one becomes exposed. Okay. we're going to do this 2 here. It's 4. Okay, so we can get to that 6. We also want to do this. This is actually 4, 5, and 6. So we could do this right here. So actually, let's do that. We'll do the 4, 5, and 6, and we'll do this one. Or hold on, do I want to... Actually, so let's do this to adjust 2 primed cubes. We're going to adjust this to a 4 and this to a 3. And then we're going to contain, and we're going to do this by putting this here. That gets destroyed. We're going to roll these 2, which is fine. And then because we've got all 4 of that, we're going to get isolation field. So take 2 prime cubes and place them into your lab. And this is actually shared by both players. Okay. So I've got the 2 6s here. I'm going to spend an action. Well, I'm going to do my morphology and we'll move something. So I'll move this down here. And I'm going to spend an action to take this 6 and spend my last action to do this to put that there. These 2 will get rolled. Oh, I didn't get my... Yeah, I got my card. There we go. Take 1 to... Okay. All right. So it's going to flip over. We're going to take this. Okay. So I need to do some blue. So the blue... Well, purple really needs some help. So I'm going to use my first action to put this back. We're going to put it here. Oops. And we're going to take this and this. We're going to use our second action to do these, and we're going to contain this, which is going to destroy that one for us. That gets revealed. And then we're going to roll those 2 and be able to take a level 3 card. Adjust 1 prime cube and adjust 1 cube in your lab. So I could use isolation field, take these 2, and use my last action to fill in a 3, which we desperately need. 3 and 2 are kind of don't have a lot going on there. So let's do that. We'll use isolation field. So again, take 2 prime cubes and place place them into your lab. We're going to use that card to take these 2 prime cubes. And then we're going to use our last action to do these, and we'll do blue. No, we'll do orange. Roll these 2. And then again, we're going to be able to take a level 3 card because they were all the same number. And 3 gets revealed. All right. So we're on the linguist turn. They're going to take the... I'm going to let them take the yellow. Okay. All right, so adjust a cube in your lab. Destroy a cube of any color. Take a destroyed cube of any... Okay, so we're going to do reclaim. So take a destroyed cube of any color and re-roll it and place it into your lab. So we really desperately need yellow. There are some oranges up there, and there are some... So this is our destroyed pile. So we could take... We could try to do the orange and see what we can do with that. So let's do that. We'll do orange. It's a 4, which is not really what I was hoping for, but that's okay. Let's use our morphology to take this and relocate it here. We'll use our first action to take this 1. And then we'll use minor ripple to convert this into a 2. Adjust 1 cube in your lab. We've got a 2, 3, 4. So we're going to... Oh, sorry. Ooh. 2, 3... Nope. 2, 3... Nope. I need this to be a 2. Swap labs with another researcher or give them... Okay. Oh, this lets me set any cube to any value. Set any cube in any lab to any value. Set a cube into... Yeah. So let's do an action to do that, and we'll turn this into a 1. And then we'll contain these. We'll do this one as our final action. Roll these 2. Get a card. And then now that we've done this, when a color is completely completed, place any one destroyed cube on the Tesseract. So we're going to take and put, we really need to put, we'll put purple. Okay. So we'll hop back over. This will get primed. All right. So we can adjust a primed cube and adjust one cube in our lab. So we're going to do that. We're going to adjust this one to knock it out, and then we're going to adjust this into a 3. We're going to contain this 2 here. That gets destroyed. Those get re-rolled. We will not get a 3-level card, but we can get a 2-level card. Transfer a cube, you may adjust it. Oh, so this is actually flipped over now too. So we have availability of all the special cards. We're not really set up. So 4s are irrelevant, so they're only going to be used for runs. And I have nothing, I can't do anything about what's going on over there. So what can we do right now? We could maybe transfer. Trying to think of what can I take that to avoid. And I need purple actually. So we'll use an action to take this. And we'll do polarity shift, which lets us invert any 2 cubes not on the Tesseract. So we'll invert this to a 6. And let's invert this to a 3. And then we're going to use our final action to contain, and we're going to contain this purple 6. Those 2 will get re-rolled. This is gone, by the way. We get a blue card because it was a 2, but then now time dilation's been taken. So take 3 plus 3 actions this turn. So we can actually do 6 actions on our turn. So this might be very, very useful next round. Okay, so now back to Linguist. We're going to see our first event, 27 minutes into the game. That's going to get added here, and so it's this symbol here. So this is a chain reaction. It's going to prime the lowest cube on the Tesseract, so it's going to be the 5. Oh, no, the 2. This one actually gets primed because it's got 3 faces, so that one gets primed. All right, so now we're going to have to do some stuff to try to, at this point, if I move anything else, that'll get taken up anyway, so we can't really stop that. We can invert 1 prime cube and invert 1 cube in our lab. Here's 1. Here's a 1. As an action, we can set a cube to another value. So let's set this to a 2. As the second action, let's contain this. Oh, hold on, wait a minute. Let's do this. Yeah, as our second action, we'll turn this into a 1. And then as our third action, we'll contain this, which gets rid of that. These 2 get rolled because that's the 2 we have to use. And we'll get a card. Do I want to take the 3 other turns? If I take the 3 other turns, actually, yeah, let's actually do time dilation. We'll take 3 more turns. So I'm just resetting this back up here. We can adjust a primed. We're going to adjust a primed cube. So we're going to adjust this to a. We're going to adjust this to a 2, just so that we don't have to worry about 3 of them going there. Invert 1 prime cube and invert 1 cube in your lab. So 6 is done. 4 is done. 3 is not done, but I don't have anything for 3. So let's do energy inversion. We will turn this into a 5 and turn this into a 3. Let's spend an action to set this value to a 3. Spend another action to contain this blue 3 there. We'll roll those 2. This lets us relocate up to 2 Tesseract, or 2 cubes on the Tesseract. Set a cube to any value. Maybe I think about transferring something. We're going to use our last action to transfer this 5 over here. Okay, so now this will get primed, which is exposing the accelerate symbol, which is destroy the lowest cube on the Tesseract. So this gets destroyed. It's just gone. Okay, we're back over here. We need to get a 5. So I need to turn this into a 3 if I can. Adjust one, transfer cube, you may adjust it. Set one prime cube to any value. So let's do outsource, which is we'll transfer a cube and we can adjust this, or adjust this, turn this to a 3. Can I get rid of one of these things? Let's do reassemble, set 1 prime cube to any value, and we'll reset this to a 5. And then we're going to contain using 3, 4, 5. We're going to contain this one. This gets destroyed. We'll re-roll these 2. That was our first action, by the way. And then we get to place something back up here. And I don't need yellow. I need purple and I need blue. And there's a ton of blue, so we'll put a purple up there. These purples are high. Okay. Let's use this to adjust, or do I want to transfer the cube? I can transfer stuff over. No, that's fine. We're not going to do that. We're going to spend this to adjust something in our lab. So we're going to adjust this to a 2. I'm going to spend an action to adjust this to a 3. And I'm going to spend my last action to turn this into a 4. Okay, so this, let's see, this one will get primed. So 1. All right, so first thing we're going to do is research team. We can swap labs with another researcher. So I'm going to swap these labs. So we're going to take this, we're going to take their cubes. Then we are going to relocate up to 2. Can we relocate up to 2? I want to get this 5. So we're going to use our first action to take this. Second action, we're going to do 4, 5, 6. So not this one, but these ones as a run. This is going to get contained. We're going to roll those 2. We're going to be able to get the 5 card, which is Breach Shield. Take a prime cube and place it on this card. The next time a prime cube of this value would cause a breach, destroy it and ignore this cube and breach. So let's do that. We'll just put this here. Okay, we have one more action left. The exogeologist has nothing. But we need purples and we need blues. So let's go ahead, and while we're at it, let's go ahead and take this purple, no, don't want that purple 5. If I can get one more number, we can get one of those other powered things. We can use this. Okay, maybe we go for 2s. So I need a purple 2. So we'll take this 5 as our last action. And then we're going to prime, we're going to prime something. We're going to prime this. It's going to be a 4. It's this symbol here, which is fission. Prime the lowest cube on the Tesseract and destroy, and 1 random destroyed cube. So we're going to prime this, and then a random destroyed cube, which I'll put it in the bag so we can grab one out randomly. Okay, so those 2 are going to get primed. Oh dear. Okay, things are happening. And then this gets exposed, which is chain reaction. Prime the lowest cube on the Tesseract, which is this one. which is exposing this, which is another chain reaction. So the lowest one's going to be this one. Okay. And then this happens, so it says, so this would be a breach. However, we have breach shield. Take a prime cube and place it here. The next time the prime cube of this value would cause a breach, destroy it and this cube and ignore the breach. So these get destroyed and the breach is ignored. So we saved ourselves from that. But it's a lot of shenanigans over here. Okay, so I would like to, there's a lot of blue here. And we're on this guy's turn. So I have no cubes. We're going to spend an action to destroy that. I'm going to spend an action to take this one. Spend my final action over here to transfer this one over to the linguist. Alright, so we're going to prime that cube, which is going to be a 3, which is a breach. And then we did have accelerate, destroy the lowest cube on the Tesseract, which will be this one. That's destroyed. It's going to cause another accelerate, destroy the lowest cube on the Tesseract, which will be this one. Okay. So we've got to start finishing this up here. We're getting to the end. So let's use an action to change one of these to a different value. So we're going to change this into a 2. We're going to spend an action to contain that one. We are not going to redo our stuff. Then we get to put something back. I'm putting a purple cube back. Okay. I'm going to use my last action to turn this into a 2. Oh, and we get this, which is atom shift. Make 5 adjustments in the primed area. Okay, hold on. That might be interesting. Actually, before I do that, we'll put this back here, and we're going to go ahead and use this. So it's going to be 1, 2 adjustments, 3, 4, 5. That's gone, and then I'll use my last one to move this down. Okay, there we go. We're going to go back over here. The 1's going to get taken. It's a 2. Okay. So we've got to plus a 2 and a 3 out. So we're going to use our first action to take this. We're going to take our second action to transfer this to here and use our last action to turn this into a 1. We are now going to do the linguist turn. We're going to take this. It's a 5, and then that gets exposed, which is prime, the lowest value cube, and 1 random destroyed cube. So that gets, and that gets, which is going to be an accelerate icon. Oh gosh. The accelerate icon is destroy the lowest cube on the Tesseract, which would be this 4. Okay, I think we can try to finish this up here. So we have the 2 and the 3. 2, 3. I'm going to use an action to turn this into a 4. And then we're going to use the 2, 3, 4 to prime this one, or to contain this one. This gets destroyed. I'm not going to roll. We're going to get a temporal anomaly, which is return 2 prime cubes to the Tesseract, which at this point, why not? Let's return this and this to here and here. And then we're going to use our 3, 4, 5 to do this cube. To do that, we would get the last card, which is Mental Link. Draw 3 cards. Okay. 3 unused characters. But that's it. So we won. We've contained everything. We've got everything there. That was kind of rough towards the end, but we managed to make the win on that. So that is going to be Tesseract. So we're doing the level 2. I'm going to take these off. We're doing the level 2 board. There are 8. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, and they go up to 8. So there's 4 of these. There's a ton of these scientists, these researchers that have all kinds of asymmetric abilities. And then you've got, I didn't even get into any of the red cards that are super strong. So there's quite a bit of variety here. So it's pretty hard. It's pretty fun. But that's going to be Tesseract. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.